Well, we fronted the post a lot. That was really a big thing. And also the on-ball defense from the top or from the wings. The guards did a really good job really mirroring the ball. That way they didn't really have a good look so that they could pass it into the post as easily, and I think that was really big. And like I said, we fronted the post, and so really their best looks would have to be lobs, and sometimes I feel like she really got some buckets off of the guards driving and us really trying to help over, and then just like easy dishes. And so I think she really had to work for her points other than that, and so I think that was really the two big keys.
Latifah, it seemed like you were everywhere out there, diving for a loose ball, wrapping up the ball with a jump ball, hitting shots. Knowing that this is your last NCAA tournament as a player here, how much of a motivation did that give you?
That gives me the most motivation I've had by far in my career. Just the thought of like this could really be it just motivates me and keeps the wheels turning. I just try to do what I can to survive in advance.
And just between that and the fact that Coach Hatchell missed the tournament last year and now she's going to be here, how much emotion was going through your head before the game?
I mean, every time we think about the tournament and last year, we get fueled with emotion. I mean, having Coach Hatchell back is great. It's just more fuel to the fire. Like, there's more purpose behind what we do and why we do it.
Every time Liberty seemed to make a little bit of a surge, you had an answer. How are you able to answer so quickly?
I mean, tournament time, you just got to keep going, like, keep punching. Like, we just kept talking to each other, and we just knew we had confidence in each other that we were going to win this game, and that's what we do. Our motto for this tournament is finish, and that's what we're trying to do.
Allisha, do you feel like, I mean, you had that run, it was like about a 14-0 run there in the first half, which really helped in terms of them having to come back so much. Do you feel like in a lot of ways maybe you guys won this game in the first half by giving yourself some cushion?
Yeah, I could say we won in the second half because that's when we really buckled down and knowing that we really need to win this game, so we kind of turned up the tempo of the game.
For the players, UT Martin gave you a scare last year, but you were able to come out and win 2 more games. Does this feel like that? That this kind of scare can push you forward?
I think we're a little bit more focused coming in than we were for UT Martin. I think that last year we just came out and we were just like, oh yeah, you know, we're on our home floor, you know. And this year, though we're still on our home floor, we knew like we really had to focus. I mean, it's anybody's game, especially watching the men's games. You really see that. And then watching some of the games yesterday, like teams played really close to one another, and so you really know that, you know, you can't take anyone lightly. And I mean, Liberty is a great team. They have good players, and so we really knew we had to focus. And it was going to be a game of runs. So to go with that cushion we had in the first half, that 14-point lead, we knew that Liberty was going to come out and they were going to attack hard, and so they kept chipping away at the lead. But we knew that, you know, basketball's a game of runs, and so we really had to buckle it down. And so I think that we were a little bit more focused this game than we were for UT Martin, and I think that showed.
Speaking of that home court advantage, you know, you guys are playing at home, but Liberty brought a lot of fans. They were really, really loud. Did you guys notice that throughout the game?
Man, I noticed that before the game started because I remember I was like, man, all this red was walking in, and that came in before the blue. And so I was like, wait a second. I was like, that's a lot of people, you know? And I'm thinking like, okay, we're bordering states, but still, I'm like, okay, are people coming? They're coming. And so I think that I really noticed a lot of red, and they were really loud. And so I think that also helps Liberty. But I hear our fans, you know, I'm hearing the Tar Heels chant, you know, and the whole clap thing, and I'm really excited out there. But Liberty did a good job bringing those fans in for sure. But of course, you know, our fans showed out too.
Allisha, what did y'all do well to close out the game?
Definitely picked up the defense tempo because at the end, you notice they turned the ball over a lot, and we decided to buckle down and get buckets.
Latifah, just with the way that they were defending you, how big was it your ability and your team's ability to knock down mid-range jumpers today?
I mean, in practice, we do a lot of ball faking. I felt like that came into play a lot. They bought a lot of shot fakes, so that played into our game plan, and it worked out well for us.
Stephanie and Allisha, how much of an impact does it have to have Latifah there, sort of as a senior leader, getting the team going, being a floor general, not turning the ball over to that?
I love having Latifah out there. I know I remember in practice like a few weeks ago when Latifah wasn't in, like practicing, and I was like, man, I remember like saying something. I was like, man, I really wish Latifah was out here. And so like man, I love playing with Latifah for sure. So I'm gonna cry next year when she's gone, and man, she's one of the best guards I've ever played with, most underrated guard in the whole NCAA. People don't really know who she is like they supposed to know who she is, and so y'all need to tell them about her.
Appreciate that. Love, baby. I love playing with Latifah too. She's a great distributor of the ball, so she's gonna find you when you're open, and also she's fast too. So, but sometimes I be trying my best to keep her when I just can't. So I have to watch her sometimes, but you know that don't go well on the court with the coaches. But you know I love playing with Latifah. Yeah, now I'm gonna miss her next year.
Maybe one more question for the players. Turner.
Allisha and Stephanie, this is your sophomores, but this is your first time playing for NCAA Tournament coach Sylvia Hatchell. I'm just wondering, how's that different? What's that experience like?
Go ahead first, bro.
Just like T said, it definitely adds fuel to the fire. Having Coach Hatchell back, definitely. You want to make an impact. Her first year back, you want to make it great, because it's kind of hurtful losing in the first round. So I know Coach Hatchell really wants this for us, and it's great that we're able to keep on playing as Coach Hatchell is our coach.
Okay. To go off of that, I feel like it's a lot. It's a whole different thing. She's back, and it's like, oh man, my mom's here now. Okay, cool. She's like a mama bear around us, and so she really takes care of us on and off the court. And if I get hit, and like I'm getting hit inside, and Coach Hatchell's not having it, she's like, hey, like, my player's getting drilled in there, and like watching her on the side, you know, Coach Calder said it too, but like it's different when like your mom's coming out there, and it's like, yo, you gotta watch it. You know, they're in there hitting my kid, and you know, she's not going for that, and so it's like having a mother around, and so that's always like fun, and like, you know, she understands females a little bit more than Coach Calder did. And I mean, I love Coach Calder to death. It was fun playing for him as well as a head coach, but it's a whole different ball game. You know, we took Coach Calder far last year, but not as far as we wanted to go. And you know, of course, you wouldn't want to end up earlier, or end your tournament run earlier. Now that Coach Hatchell's back, and you know, it brings fire, because you know, like watching what she had to go through last year, that really is an eye opener, and she had to go through a lot, man. I don't know if I could have done it. And I know last year she had the possibility of going to the Final Four with us last year if we would have made it, and we didn't. And so, you know, like having her back, you know, we want to cherish those moments, and you know, really have her around for as long as we can. And I also add to that, like, we want to play for Latifah a little bit longer too, so you know, we got to keep going. And we know Coach Hatchell loves to win, and so I mean, we got to do it for her. And I remember earlier this season, she was talking in the middle of a game, you know, we were just playing terrible. She's like, can you guys at least do this for me? And she was like, voice shaking her, like you could hear her voice shaking, and you know, that really like hit home. And I was just like, man, yo, we got to turn it up, you know, like really almost made me cry. And like, you know, like thinking about that, and like just seeing her on the side, and like have so much passion for the game, it's crazy, like, for real.
And to add on to what Stephanie said, when Coach had to take that jacket off and wrap her hair behind
that's business right there.
You know, it's on then.
Don't let her take off that jacket. It's like in CSI Miami when Horatio puts on the shades.